Hello everybody, I'm Rene Ramos, Director of the Lynn and Lewis Wolfson II Florida Moving Image Archives, and this is Rewind, the show that looks back on Florida's past with historic film and video. It's time for another trip back into the past, so sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Rewind.
Giving a party takes a lot of hard work, but it can be an awful lot of fun, too, especially when you're giving the world's biggest and most important birthday party. When you multiply all of this activity by 220 million people, you have a bicentennial celebration. America's birthday. She'll be 200 years old in 1976 and growing better every day. Now here in Florida, we are throwing one whale of a party. Come and join us. In Florida, we've been working on our nation's birthday party since 1969, with people from every walk of life planning and starting projects. This all began when the Florida legislature established a bicentennial commission. The commission has spearheaded action programs in every county of the state. You know, in celebrating a birthday, remembering events of the past can be as much fun as the party itself. Now think for a moment about the birth date of America. It was Philadelphia in 1776. There was discontent and uncertainty in the 13 colonies. It took courage to form a new and better nation, the same type of courage, the same spirit, the sense of pride that has typified the people of our great nation for 200 years. The America's birthday has a very special meaning for us here in Florida. And we are especially proud of our distinct heritage. You see, this state was discovered 200 years before the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Our ancestors are from every great nation. We're Spanish, French, Indian, German, English, Portuguese, Dutch, Italian, you name it. The very first permanent settlement in America was right here in Florida. And it was in Florida also that we launched the first man to the moon. And as part of this birthday party, we can each of us relive firsthand the great moments of Florida history along the Bicentennial Trail. Over 100 historic sites are in the process of being designated, sites that reflect our battle for survival, our inventiveness, and our social and our cultural heritage. In Ellington, you can recapture the feel of gracious living at one of the state's oldest plantation houses. The Cape Florida Lighthouse has been standing watch on the tip of Key Biscayne since 1825. The McLarty State Museum, just south of Cape Canaveral, recalls the destruction of 2 Spanish treasure fleets in 1715 by a hurricane. Over 700 persons drowned, and all but one of the 11 ships was lost. In 1564, the French explorer René Laudonnière entered the St. Johns River and sailed up some 5 miles, where he established Fort Caroline. However, Spanish troops marched overland and attacked the fort and defeated the French, thus ending France's attempt to establish a colonial empire in this new world. Along the Florida Bicentennial Trail is one of the most significant Indian sites ever preserved and developed. At Crystal River, there is a prehistoric Indian civil and religious center. In some areas, such as Ybor City and St. Augustine, entire districts are being developed, encompassing a number of historical sites. It's an exciting experience to touch the past on the Florida Bicentennial Trail. It brings us closer to the discovery, the settlement, the culture of our unique Florida history. Now, to further emphasize the heritage phase of our birthday celebration, the Bicentennial Commission is sponsoring the publication of 25 rare out-of-print books relating to the 450-year history of Florida. You may want to include these in your own library or donate them to a school. In any event, you'll find colorful and exciting reading in them. And the Bicentennial Commission is going to bring the celebration directly to you in the form of a traveling exhibit soon to be on the road to towns all over the state. Florida, past, present, and future will be depicted in colorful art, photographs, pictures, rare objects of value. You see, the Bicentennial Commission is very much interested in what lies ahead for each of us and for the great state of Florida. And they're inviting you to help shape this state the way you want it by your getting involved in a community project related to the spirit of the Bicentennial. This part of the celebration is called Action 76. Now, you seldom go to a birthday party empty-handed. We found somehow, even as children, that a gift you make or you work on always brings more meaning with it than one you simply go out and buy. A lot of Floridians have already started work on America's birthday presents, Action 76 projects. These teenagers here in Escambia County have banded together and they are completely renovating the houses in the older neighborhoods. The elderly couple that live here, they get a boost, and the young people lead the way in directly improving the quality of life for all Americans. All over Florida, America's birthday presents are being developed. In Hillsborough County, education is high on the list. 75 full 2-year scholarships have been made available to residents of Florida in this first of its type bicentennial project. These action projects can come alive by letting your imagination and your heart simply go. These scouts made cookies and sold them to buy vases for flowers to remember our war dead. Action 76 gives citizens an opportunity to reflect on the past, contemplate the future, in order to determine what this next century will be. Some Action 76 projects are undertaken with state financial support. Action 76 is a means by which all of us can give life to our dreams of a better America. In Miami, people of Hispanic descent are sharing their heritage with the community and its visitors. The bicentennial group there is emphasizing projects which have lasting benefits for the future. Planet Ocean is one of these. This 6-mile futuristic museum will emphasize to visitors the importance of water to mankind and also show man's explorations of the ocean's resources. In Brevard County, young people are spearheading construction of a pioneer village. It will depict the life of the early settlers in the area. Some Action 76 projects have attracted the support of industry and finance. Sale of the State Bicentennial Medallion, for instance, has been developed in cooperation with the Florida Bankers Association and the Savings and Loan Association of Florida. The Action 76 spirit is aflame in Florida, and new imaginative gifts are being created every day.
And there's still time for you to do something special for our country's birthday and call it a bicentennial project. It's going to be the most exciting festival ever held. It will reach out, it will touch all parts of Florida.
There's the same song within you that lives in me. Is there a special kind of feeling when you hear that melody? It's a song about our land, about doing all we can to make this place a better place to be. You know that Florida's the sun and sand and sea. But can you feel that Florida is you and me? Come on, be a part of this, a part of Action 76, 'cause Florida's the very best place to be. We've got so many good times far behind, but the best of what will be, we're still yet to find. Can you feel it getting stronger? You can't hold it any longer. Florida, you are on my mind. If the dream makes you feel
The
like
Florida Bicentennial Commission has planned a birthday celebration befitting our national heritage. Now, why don't you join us in this great effort? And together, let us make Florida the kind of a place we want it to be. Let us begin our commitment today, and let's do it in the spirit of 76.
like singing, give it all the love you can bring it. Florida, you are on my mind.
first vacationist to set out to find fun in Florida was the Spanish adventurer Ponce de Leon. He had sailed with Columbus and heard rumors of a marvelous fountain of youth somewhere north of Cuba. He only discovered Florida, but 1 million people of all ages discover their youth here every year. The ancient city gates of St. Augustine open upon the site of the earliest American colony, where Castle San Marco, the oldest fort in the United States, still stands. Relics of Spanish rule abound in St. Augustine. The king's treasury was erected in about 1600, and the old strong room is seen by hundreds of visitors daily. The slave market dates from 1824. It stands on the site of a similar market serving the old Spanish city. The oldest schoolhouse in the United States is a mecca for students of antique architecture and building construction. The oldest forms of transportation search for passengers, or else dream of finding that fountain of perpetual youth. In spite of the fact that St. Augustine is an old city, with even an original street laid out 300 years ago by the Spanish colonists, the modern business section is as alive and young in spirit as any in America. The Magic Fountain. Yes, and these young people claim to have come here from an old folks' home in wheelchairs. An alligator farm is close to the city, one of many in Florida, established because the gators were being exterminated, and there is a wide demand for their skins in the making of fancy leather goods. The Florida native says that a wallop from the tail is most dangerous, but the front end of an alligator doesn't look exactly safe. 18 miles south are the Marineland Studios, with the world's most amazing collection of deep-sea specimens. People never tire of the fun of feeding fish to porpoises. They literally stand on their tails. Palm Beach, of course, is the exclusive winter rendezvous of the socially elect, and many of its streets are lined with royal palms, not native trees, but brought here from Cuba. When snow and ice and earmuffs rule throughout the frozen north, it's postcard time for friends enjoying the summer-like climate of the south. Having fun in Florida, they write. Wish you were here. Mirrored in Mountain Lake at Lake Wales is the famous singing tower, built by Edward W. Buck as a perpetual interpretation of the motive which he gave as its keynote. Make you the world a bit better and more beautiful because you have lived in it. The Carillon of 71 Bells provides frequent recitals. In the shadow of the Singing Tower, thousands of visitors every winter enjoy a tropical wonderland known as the Cypress Gardens, where brilliant flowers and rare plants from far-off lands mingle here beneath the towering trees that are rooted in the water. The place has an everlasting appeal to all who love beauty. Flying south into the west, St. Petersburg unfolds below on the shores of the Gulf of Mexico. In winter, the city's leading newspaper distributes its editions free whenever the sun fails to shine. Probably no other single recreational game has so caught the imagination and won the favor of so many thousands of fun seekers in Florida as shuffleboard, the ship's deck game which came ashore at St. Pete. Today, there are more than 150 courts available for play. Thousands of people come to Sarasota in trailers and park in the world's largest trailer camp. And when it's winter in the north, who wouldn't envy even having a dog's life here? Here, too, were found the circus elephants, rehearsing that stunt that must be letter perfect next summer. Here, the greatest show on earth is at home during the winter, and it opens its gates to thousands of visitors to enjoy the daily exhibitions of aerial acrobats. as well as some of the world's fanciest riders. But for the real headquarters of fun in Florida, the rails, the roads, and the skyways lead to Miami on the East Coast, second in size only to Jacksonville. Biscayne Boulevard plainly proves that this is not merely a place for fun in winter, but actually is a thriving all-year-round business center. Bayfront Park, lying between the boulevard and the water, is the ideal place to loaf and relax in the sun beneath the palm trees. The fishing fleet puts out from Bayfront Park, and the strenuous sportsman looking for a thrill in the Gulf Stream is bound to be aboard. Marlin, tuna, kingfish, sailfish, and shark. Anything is likely to happen when a bait is trolled in these waters. Large fish and small ones. And no one sneers at the capture of a sparkling dolphin. Biscayne Bay is one of Florida's finest harbors, with easy access to the ocean and providing depths of water to accommodate the largest coastwise passenger steamers. In Everglades National Park is a great bird sanctuary, protecting the rare egret as well as thousands of herons of every species. The flamingos, brought to the United States from Cuba and Central America, have begun to nest and raise their young in their adopted land. Here they are at Hialeah Park, the great Florida racetrack, roaming in huge flocks all over the infield. When the birds are stampeded, they exhibit their peculiar knee action. Their legs flex in the opposite direction to that of human legs. The crowds in the paddock await the start. They're off, and hopeful thousands here for fun in Florida back their judgment with a firm belief that this race is in the bag, or else the next race. Optimism never dies. Other seekers of fun in Florida come with Mashie and Niblick. In and around Miami, there are 9 golf courses, and the fact that there is always a championship tournament every winter is an added attraction for the gallery. Of course, there are other attractions and other galleries, especially when rumor has it that a bathing beauty contest is on at Miami Beach. There they are, lined up for the grand parade. Here's an exhibition not often seen, shown in slow motion to capture the perfection of the dive from the high board. Into the net, and out. Complete turns in midair. And then a perfect finish. Every winter, the Miami to Nassau race is one of yachting's chief events. 184 miles across the Gulf Stream, they battle for honors, usually making the passage within 24 hours. Fast time for sailing yachts. For those who like the salt spray encrusting their faces and a lee rail awash, this is the life. And all of Florida means life and youth and fun, a land of joyous days and alluring nights.
Just time to remind you that Rewind features historical film and video from the Lynn and Lewis Wolfson II Florida Moving Image Archives. To see more from the Wolfson Archives collections, visit our website, wolfsonarchives.org. You can search the archives catalog and watch video online. And be sure to connect to our YouTube channel, where you will find hundreds of carefully curated clips, or link to the Wolfson Archives Facebook page to keep up with our busy calendar of historical happenings. Until next time, I'm Rene Ramos. Thanks for watching.
Oh, wow.